What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're checking out the plug-in hybrid 2026 Toyota Rav4. This is the all-new generation for the very popular Rav4. This one's an SE trim level, finished off in the ice cap, and the MSRP is a little over $45,500. So plug-in hybrid is a cool upgrade to get even more power and like 50 miles of electric only driving. The standard vehicles are all hybrids for the Rav4. Now, you're still gonna get the same engine that all the Rav4s are gonna have. This is gonna be a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder. Now, with the plug-in system, net horsepower is 324. It is all-wheel drive, it's got an eCVT, and then the actual engine makes 183 horsepower with 172 pound-feet of torque. Now, overall MPG is gonna be around 41 miles per gallon, and then you can get like 660 miles of range. It also has a 14.5 gallon fuel tank, and then curb weight is gonna be close to 4,400 pounds. Now, for the styling with the all-new Rav4, the SE is more of a base model, but with a sporty style to it. Got this silver trim on the headlights, LED, and then basic turn signal. Got the nice black trim piece throughout this hammerhead upper grille, simple Toyota badge, and then I like the dark trim throughout this body colored front bumper. You can see parking sensors, gloss black trim, and then more of the gloss black all down below. Has a really nice style. It's a little bit more boxy than the old one, but I think overall it looks really cool. Got these sharp lines throughout the hood, and then plug-in hybrid, of course you're gonna get your charge port over here. So nice and easy access. You have a cool set of 18-inch gloss black wheels, and then I like how we have gloss black for the fender arches. You're gonna get gloss black in the whole lower door area with a sharp body line cutting up towards the back. I like the body colored handles and then more gloss black. You can see your turn signal, black trim throughout all the windows, this nice cutout as well. And then we have black roof rails. For the side profile, pretty similar to the last generation, just a nice style for a smaller SUV. Good sharp lines all throughout it. And then the integrated spoiler has a pretty cool look as well. You have your third brake light, Rav4 integrated, and then I like these LED taillights. Now down below we have this gloss silver trim, parking sensors, more gloss black, and then all of the badging, plug-in hybrid, and all-wheel drive. So can't complain. I think they did a cool job with the new style. You're gonna get a power tailgate. We have a button back here as well. Easily press that. And with the seats folded down nice and flat, it's still a very useful SUV. We have a light, a plug, extra storage, and even with being the plug-in, you still have a spare tire underneath with some hidden storage. You have a privacy cover as well, so it makes it just super convenient to use this like your typical vehicle. Got grab handles, the one button, and then taking a look at the interior, seats fold nice and flat with no weird bump or anything, and then we can pop these back up. Now the back seats have a really good recline too, and then in the center we have an armrest with cup holders. You're going to see the vents, plugs, plenty of storage, and then for the SE there is some harder plastics and then just more basic vinyl padded material, but not too bad. And then hopping inside, at 5'11" sitting here, I have pretty good legroom and footroom. Armrests are comfortable. Of course, this one's comfortable. There's a ton of headroom. The recline angle is really good, and these windows are huge. So genuinely, this is a really good back seat for a smaller SUV. Making my way to the front now. You still have the same plastic, but with this nice padded material throughout it. A good large grab handle with storage, and then all of our controls as well. You're gonna see the nice Rav4 on the carpeted mats, and then we have all the power controls as well. You have some blue stitching, and then a two-tone fabric material with a nice texture throughout it. Nice 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel, and then firing it up, we have our screens that will turn on. So when the battery's fully charged, of course, you'll have like 50 miles. We have 6 miles on the range, so we'll still be able to test out some of the power. You have all of your basic controls, voice commands, audio, cruise control. We have the windshield wipers on the right, turn signals on the left, and then the screen has a lot of presets basically. So really nice and easy to go through everything, all your basic information you would expect. We have interior dimming and tailgate release. A little bit of plastic, but more of the padded material. I like this satin trim, and then a very flat dashboard. So a little bit unique styled. Nice storage over here, good sized glove box. And then for the smaller screen, it still looks pretty much the same as the big screen available. You have drive modes and information like that that'll pop up. It's all customizable. And then we can go through all of your basic information once fully set up. And I like how the plugins get this nice design for some of the range and charging information. We have settings as well that'll pop up. There's a drive recorder on all these cars. It'll use whatever cameras are on your vehicle. For climate control, super simple with all the touchscreen. You can adjust everything very easily. Heated seats and steering wheel. And then temperature is pretty easy as well. So not bad at all. Honestly, it's a really simple climate setup. We have reverse with your good sized backup camera. And then for drive modes, we have this one right here for the electric or hybrid, depending on the range available. Of course, you can go into full electric or full hybrid mode or an auto. We have your normal drive modes you can toggle through, and then I like how there's a shortcut over here to go right into your normal drive mode. You have trail and snow, so you have some off-road ones you can take a look at as well. And then there's a ton of storage all throughout here and here. Got your USBs, downhill assist, traction control, normal shifter, and then a lot of storage right here. You're gonna get all this satin gray trim, padded armrest, flips around, you have a ton of space, and now we have a storage area. One last look at the seats. Just the fabric is, nice looking for more of a basic one, simple headliner. Sunglass holder is a little on the small side, and then we just have a basic manual mirror. All right, so setting off now in the Rav4 plug-in hybrid. So unfortunately, the battery is too low to go into the pure electric mode or anything. However, with the 8 miles of range, we still have enough juice to still experience all the power and everything like that. So we'll go right into sport mode, and with the all-wheel drive, of course, you'll have a much nicer traction. But yeah, this thing has some power. It gets up and goes a lot better than the standard hybrid version, which is fine for an average car. This is pretty peppy. That plug-in system with the extra power over the standard one really books it. It has that instant power delivery too. So it is a really nice touch to see. Even with a low percentage on the charge, you're still gonna get the benefits like the crazy power, and it's still gonna automatically go into an EV drive mode certain times. Like right now we're coasting, we're in the electric drive mode, slowly accelerating. We're still in EV mode. So it's nice that it's still gonna drive like a standard hybrid even if the battery's low. When you do fully charge it, you're gonna have all that power all the time. Of course, you can just go into EV mode and even do full throttle in electric drive mode. We have driven these pre-production models, and the plug-in system's pretty nice to get the extra power and the crazy MPG. Overall, in the Rav4, I think it's a nice new SUV. They've done a pretty good job styling it. I think it looks really cool. All the tech works pretty well. And being just a more base model, of course, it's a little more on the simple side versus higher trims, but it drives really good. It weighs a little bit more than the standard hybrids, and honestly, you can feel that, but in a good way. It kind of drives a bit more solid than the standard one, which I like the standard one. I think it's a great SUV, but this definitely tackles the road a little bit smoother than the non-plug-in. So the extra weight, I think, kind of helps it just feel a bit more substantial. You have a good view all around. The windows are all really good, easy to see around this car with no complaints. Seat comfort in the SE is pretty good. If you do up it into an XSE model, which is kind of my favorite trim level, it's a little bit more comfortable with the seats, a little bit more padded. You have nicer materials. So each trim level really does offer something different than the next. So this one's a bit utilitarian but sporty, and then you can kind of mix and match with all the trim levels. And with that, it's also pretty quiet in here. I'm not really hearing any wind noise, and road noise is pretty minimal. So again, not bad for a more average price point vehicle. And then in the slow speed, once again, it's gonna automatically drive again like a standard hybrid, where it'll go back and forth between the engine turning on as well as the hybrid system. And with the eCVT, it is basically an electric car with an onboard generator. So it's gonna drive very direct with everything like that. Getting up and going again, you can feel, you can see that front end lift a little bit. You can feel that torque and the power from the electric system. It really is impressive. It's a nice driving car, and it's got some good power. It's also easy to use the interior and all the tech, and I like how you can monitor a lot of the charging information, the battery and stuff like that. So they've given you a good screen to know what's going on with the plug-in system. But I don't really have any major complaints with the way it drives. It drives nice, the steering feels good, there's good handling for a crossover like this. It feels direct, and then the power is what really is gonna be surprising you with the plug-in system. This thing gets up and goes unlike other things in this class.